Thank you to all of you for letting me be here today. Since the beginning of mankind, there's been one thing, one element that has fascinated and fueled the human race. This element dances. This element burns with a beauty that is unmatched. This element is a physical entity or is simply something that is born from within us. It is a symbol of passion and desire. From the massive monuments of our nation's greatest leaders to the memorials remembering and honoring our country's bravest heroes, this one thing, this one element was always evident above all else. This one element is fire. Not a literal fire, but a fire that has been burning from the birth of our great nation. It is something that was born in our countrymen, beginning with the Revolutionary War, and has continued to burn in the lives of our country's greatest leaders and heroes. As I stood in our nation's great capital and gazed upon the magnificent statues and memorials of people like Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, Martin Luther King Jr., Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and the brave fallen soldiers who fought for our freedom, I realized not only did they represent this burning passion, but they did not want this fire to burn out. They did not want this fire to die. In fact, these brave individuals fought to keep this fire alive and burning for generations to come. They made a difference, not just in their time, but for a lifetime. They made a difference that will endure forever, and their vision for a better country is still impacting our everyday lives. Whether it was dealing with issues surrounding segregation, drafting our nation's most important documents, fighting for civil liberties, or providing the rural communities with power. They fought so that we all may have equal opportunity to be successful and to make a difference. This fire was evident as we sat in the Capitol building with our representatives. I specifically remember a situation where a student asked Representative Graves from District 14 why he decided to be a representative. His answer still echoes in my ears today. He said that he grew up from humble beginnings, and he saw so many things that could be fixed, but no one was willing to step up. He said he had a desire to make a change, and even though people told him that he would never make it, he went for it anyway. They said he would never be elected to Congress, but because of his passion for change and the fire burning in him to make it happen, he was able to pursue a dream and ultimately succeed. As we listened to what our congressman had to say and we marveled at the beauty of our nation's capital, I felt this fire burning within me. That was the moment when I realized that the same fire that these men and women possessed began with some spark, a spark given to them from someone of influence, and it fueled into a fire. This spark fuels the transformation of our country. The great cartoonist Hugh McLeod once said, "The only people who can change the world are people who want to, and not everyone does." Why wouldn't someone want to change the world? Not everyone has the desire to. Yet every single one of us in this room has the opportunity in front of us to do great things. This drive was apparent as Franklin Roosevelt sat in the little White House, realizing the need for change in rural electric power. And he did not sit around and wait for the change to happen. No, he was the change. All of us have a passion for something, and we have a duty as leaders to take that passion and use it to encourage, to love, and to uplift those around us. Once we take the first step towards changing someone's life, you have started something that can end up changing our nation. What you need to ask yourself now is, why wait? In the Bible, God tells Jeremiah to go out and preach his word, but Jeremiah says that he cannot do God's work because he is too young. God reassures Jeremiah that if he will trust in him, he can do great things. God has given us that same promise. We have to work for it. We have to want it. And we have to have a passion and desire within ourselves to earn it. But it is possible. This opportunity is what our past leaders and heroes fought so diligently for. They fought for our freedoms and opportunities. They fought so we could sit in this room together, laugh, and smile. They fought for us to come to the realization that the future is ours for the taking. All we have to do is seize the moment. I would like to thank the people who have afforded me this opportunity, Upson EMC, Mrs. Brooke Parrott, and Mr. Neil Trice, for selecting and preparing me to represent our county, Georgia EMC and Mrs. Gail Cutler and Ms. Lindsay for nominating me as our state representative, and for all of their hard work around our state making energy more efficient and affordable. Personally, I am so honored and would like to thank each of these organizations from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to my parents, Tim and Christy Bosworth, for loving me and instilling me with the morals and values that have driven me to be who I am today. And a special thanks goes to all of you for your support of the most life-changing experience I have ever been a part of, Washington Youth Tour. It was such an honor representing my county and my state. Lastly, and most importantly, I want to thank the sustainer of my fire, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for blessing me with this opportunity and loving me through my flaws. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. Thank you all, and remember, we have the ability to change our friends, family, and country. Are you ready and willing to take on the challenge our forefathers have placed in front of us and carry on the fire to change the nation we live in? The choice is yours. What will you do with your fire?